Welcome in, everybody, to episode 112 of JD's Empire Sports Talk. Usually when you guys tune in, it's, usually the NBA, the NHL, the NFL, MLB, college basketball, college football. But for this show, we're going to do something a little differently. I know I teased it on the last show I did in terms of who is going to come on. Some of you guys do know him. Some of you do not. So I'm going to give him the proper introduction when it comes to that point. But we're going to talk about something normally that we don't. And that's like, MMA, kickboxing, that type of fighting stuff that we normally don't cover. We don't even cover UFC, which I think we're going to start doing that. Me personally, I don't know too much about it. So I don't like to talk about something I don't know because I sound like an idiot if I don't know, which is the point I'm trying to make here. But I do know our guest, Aidan Cassidy. We like to call him AC. So we're going to, when you hear me say that, that's exactly who I'm talking about, because I know people may be like, who the hell are you talking about? So that is exactly who he is. So without further ado, I am going to bring in the man of the hour, Aidan Cassidy, or AC. I love to call you.
What's up,
AC,
boys?
what's going
What's up,
on?
kid?
What
How
is
you doing, bro? Thank you for having me
good?
on.
Of course. I was like, when I saw the announcement come out, it was like the beginning of March. I'm like, okay, we're gonna have to get him on the show. We got to give him, the proper, little
Absolutely,
bit of a
absolutely.
preview. The match, the match isn't this week, this
No, I
weekend. It's next
got 10
weekend,
days.
right?
Yeah, I got 10 days. Yeah,
All right, perfect.
10 days
Okay,
out.
so we'll unpack that in a second, but we obviously couldn't get to him next week because next week is the big week leading up. So he had gracious enough to give us his time this week, which is still another big week. I mean, 10 days away, you're less than 2 weeks away, so this is crunch time for you, of course. And obviously, as we talk about that, he's grinding in the gym right now. So first, we're going to talk about you're making your debut April 18th. I correct me if I'm wrong, but it's at Combat Headquarters in Connecticut, right? Is that
Yes, sir.
the okay?
Yes, sir.
So first, I know you are from Brooklyn, obviously, and that's
Oh, yeah.
a part of why he's doing this. I believe the toughness that's inside of him. I'm not from Brooklyn, but I know people from Brooklyn. With both of my parents being from there, I know they have a different kind of toughness inside of them than other people do. And people may be watching this later on and be like, "Oh, you're just saying that because you're from New York," but it's the truth. You guys have a different type of toughness, and I know you agree with me on that.
Nowadays,
So
yes, sir.
obviously you're from Brooklyn. I just said that, but take me through like the timeline because when we met each other, a totally different
Yeah.
situation than what we're in
Oh,
now.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Totally different situation.
Totally
So
flipped the
if you
script.
don't mind, take me through even before that because obviously we know each other for a few years
Yeah.
now, but I don't know you before
Mm-hmm.
our college situation. So take me through your whole life because I know you have a very interesting
Yeah.
story that
Big
needs to be
background.
told,
Yeah.
and
Big
I think
background.
that's the big thing I want to get to with you first is because the point obviously we're friends and I wanted to have you on, but the main point I wanted to get at for people that may think they can't do something, he is example A of why you can do it. And go ahead, take it away. We
Amen.
want to hear your story. If you want to tell everything, you can. If you don't want to tell us a certain thing that I know, maybe you don't want other people to know, be my guest. But whatever you're comfortable with, and take it away, and then we'll get back to it right when you're done with that. But go ahead, take
Awesome.
it away.
Awesome. Thank you. So,
Yeah.
yeah, from Brooklyn, started playing sports when I was a little kid. Go all the way back, kindergarten, first grade, second grade. Went through a lot of adversity medically. Went through a lot of
Yeah.
I was born with a very rare condition. A lot of kids in my condition. I've been to different events, organizations, stuff like that. And a lot of kids in my condition, they don't have it as good as me. A lot of them wheelchair ridden, bed bound, all that type of stuff. So for me to get where I am today, now going fighting on a professional kickboxing card at 21 years old, after all the stuff that led up to this, it's a little surreal. I don't really think about it like that too much because I try not to let it affect me.
Yeah.
I try not to. I use it as confidence because it's like, wow, I came back from all that,
Mm-hmm.
play college sports, doing these amateur fights now. Like, you use it for a confidence boost, but at the same time, you don't want to fall back on and be like, oh, like I could use this as an excuse to lay back, relax. Like, if I lose, it's fine. You don't want to use it as an excuse. So I use it for
No.
confidence, but I try not to think too much into it because at the end of the day, I was just blessed by God that I was able to get figured out how I did. So, I just take my blessings as they come and just keep moving forward, keep grinding. I started with kickboxing. I actually started boxing a little bit when I was around 13, just to
Mm-hmm.
try to like get active again. Spent a lot of
Yeah.
years in the hospital as a kid, so just try to, get active, try to be like a normal kid. I was a little bit overweight at the time too, so I started using it to try to lose weight. And I really, really liked it. Kind of put it to the side, went and played baseball for a while, played in college, played travel, all that stuff. And then that didn't go as I planned. But when I came back home, I was like, oh, man, I can't do this. I can't sit around at home all day. I'm going crazy. You can only watch so much Sports Center. So,
Yeah.
I'm going crazy. I'm like, all right, let me pick up the gloves again. Let me see what happens. So, picked up the gloves. I was like, you know what? I was like, boxing's cool, but like, I was really starting to get into UFC at the time. I'm a huge McGregor fan.
Yeah, I can tell.
Baby,
The
all the
hair
way.
too,
So,
the hair going on too.
yeah, so
Yeah.
I was a huge McGregor fan. I was like, you know what? I was like, I really want to see if I could mimic what they do, right? So this was now go back 3 years or so. And when I signed up for like this trial class at a local kickboxing gym, and from there on out, I haven't missed a day. Glory Martial Arts, Brooklyn, New York, Staten Island, best gym. Kickboxing, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, everything, wrestling. If it wasn't for them, if it wasn't for the consistency they gave me, the amazing coaching, the amazing friendships, the confidence, everything that comes with it.
Yeah.
Who knows if I even would have came back for day 2, right? So I went in, I just loved it. It was great, had a great time. Got my butt whooped a little bit. Didn't really know what I was doing. Didn't really know what I was doing until maybe a few months in, and I was like, okay, I kind of got the hang of this. I think I can kind of take it somewhere. Let's see how far God will let me take it, And then one thing led to another, and it's just consistent, just building days. Not even thinking about like, oh, I'm going to compete one day. Just building days, stacking days.
Yep.
They add up, and then before you know it, you're 3 years in, and you can compete with all these guys that are on these stages. So when the call came, opportunity, preparation came together, and it just worked out pretty good. So that's where I'm at right now.
I love that. I love the part that you just said with, you went there for day 1. It didn't go that well, but the part of the fact that you went back for day 2, because now when you look back at it now, it's like, obviously you're loving it. And, that's something I thought about when I was getting serious about playing college baseball. I knew I had to get in the weight room, and me going the first week was hell. Like, I didn't want to do it. And that's a perfect point that you just made up. If you could go in the beginning and you really get that routine going, when you go, if you don't, the days you don't go now, you feel like you missed something.
Exactly,
right?
Exactly. If I take a day off, no matter what, whether
you
I'm
feel like you did something wrong.
Exactly. It's like I can't function right. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
My brain doesn't. It's something's not right. Mm-hmm. So it's just built my routine now.
Mm-hmm. And that shows how. I was going to say, like you just said, routine. That shows how you're really dedicated to it. And obviously, if you gotten to this point, if you weren't dedicated, then I wouldn't even know the words to describe it, which is great. That's a great thing. And I'm glad you went through your timeline because, like you said, it. You don't use that as an excuse, but it's also something that's people from the outside. That's a really cool story. Maybe someone watches this. Maybe someone watches this and thinks that they can't do something. It doesn't have to be obviously, sports related. It could be anything in life, and
man.
You never know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's what you're trying to get at here, and that's a great thing. That's why I wanted to bring that up. And I knew, knowing you, obviously, I know you like to talk about a lot. That's why we're good friends.
That's how it is, yes, sir.
That's why I knew having you on here for obviously the purpose of the the debut and everything, which is I am beyond proud that I'm very happy for you. But the other part of that thing, which is I'm happy you brought up the story side of it, because take me through this. Like, you were baseball focused from when you were younger up until college, obviously. And like, let me put it this way. Do you take anything that you used in your, the mental side of playing baseball? Because obviously we know baseball is basically a mental game. And I could say, obviously not someone, I don't do anything related, boxing, kickboxing, any of that. But do you take any of those maybe techniques in your mind, like things that you used in your head back then? Did you take that forward with you, or did you kind of clean slate, kind of forget about that and focus on a new thing here?
I can't lie. I'm not going to come on here and lie. It definitely is a new slate. It's some of the mentality stuff, some of the stuff of like when you're out there and you got bases loaded and you got no one out and you're on the mound and you're already, he's ahead 2-0 and you got to come back from the dirt, right? When like kind of like a little bit of the mentality stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at there.
Some of the mentality stuff. Right, just like when you're down, when you're in the fire, right? When you're getting just you're just getting hit hard and from
And
every
you got to
angle.
respond to it.
You got to throw back. It's kind of like the same mentality. Like, all right, I'm on the mound right now. This guy's ahead of me 2-0. I got bases loaded behind me. I got no one out. Like, I'm in the dirt right now. I'm in the fire, right? I got to come back from this. Aside from that, like I said, I can't lie. I really did just kind of clean slate it, and I was like, you know what? I was like, baseball, amazing time of my life. Love the game. I'll be involved with it till I die. But when you're taking such a big step from going of like, you know, sitting in the bro pen with all the boys to something like this, to a big stage like this, it's a whole different environment. It's a different pressure. You know, you get the pay-per-view event. You got cameras on. You got professional fighters around you. It's definitely a little bit more intense in my book, and you know, something that I don't take many things seriously, but something that I am taking pretty seriously.
Yeah, I know that firsthand. I definitely know that. But yeah, that's what I was trying to get at there. Just a mental thing, like the chess
Yeah, the
kind
mental
of.
stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's like
That type of thing.
anytime.
But
Yeah, exactly.
mhm,
But
yeah.
aside from that, no. Like I said, I can't lie. I just kind of clean slated it, and
hmm
I was like, you know what, new beginnings, new chapter, and it is what it is.
Yeah, that's the perfect way of you know, of putting it, and that's funny. Yeah, I definitely know you don't take anything serious. We've had
Nope.
plenty of talks about
Oh
that.
yeah.
But I could tell, like, you know, you're definitely locked in. But I know before you gave the shout out to, like, you know, where you train and everything like that, and that's the next point I wanted to talk about. Just like the routine, like, so I know with the weight class and everything like that, that's obviously extremely important and all that. But not even just that. Take me through like the day by day, and how long have you been training for this match? Like, how long have you take me from the first day you found out, and like what you've done from then to now, and like what, like, has anything changed, like anything like that? Just take me through your training routine, and I just want to hear about it, man. And
Absolutely.
obviously the
So
viewers do as well.
absolutely. So I got a call about a month and a half ago. One of my buddies fought on this promotion before, and he hit me up. He was like, "Hey, this promotion, they're really good. They're looking for 155ers, 160s. If you want, let me know. I'll set you up." I was like, "All right, sounds good." Got in contact with the promoter right away. He put me on a card. Saw a few clips of me train, put me on a card right away. And it was, he had a guy waiting for an opponent at 155. I came in looking for an opponent anywhere from 150 to 160. So
Yeah,
just
perfect.
immediately, same day, got matched up. We both signed everything good first, same day. And then from that point on, I had about 45 days. Now it's 10. I had about 45 days. And right away, like I always say, stay ready. You don't got to get ready, right? Since
Exactly.
since
Yep.
since day one, even when I didn't even know what a kick, I couldn't spell kick. I probably still can, but back from day one, I've been training for this since then. You get what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Always
Yeah, yeah,
staying
yeah.
ready, always staying ready, so you don't got to get ready. The only thing that's changed in my training routine, my day to day right now, I mean, I'm waking up stretching. I've never taken stretching more for real.
hmm
Every day, 3 or 4 sessions, quick, 5-10 minutes. Get the hips loose, get the joints loose, shoulder massage, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm waking up, I'm stretching. I'm not right now. I'm peak weight cut. I'm water loading, so we're peak right now. I'm doing almost a gallon and a half, 2 gallons a day. My
Wow.
calories are below 13 to 1400 a day. I'm getting in 2 intense cardio sessions, and I'm getting in pad work. Sparring is done. Sparring is done. All the hard part is done.
hmm
Right. The hardest part is training, getting ready. Those 2 or 3 weeks before, you're dogging it out. You're not eating anything. You're going to war every time you train. So thankfully, that part is done. But right now, I'm focused on stretching, getting my body loaded up with water so I can flush out 15, 20 pounds in the next 10 days.
Yeah.
Calories are as low as they can get. I mean, I'll bite a brick at this point. Like, I'm hungry, man. I'm
Yeah.
hungry. So calories are low, but like I said, the training, the hardest part is done. Usually, when you're about 2 weeks out, that's kind of where you cut the hard sparring, you cut the super intense pad work sessions. 2 weeks out, it's all done. You just got to get the weight right, get your mind right, and get in the cage.
hmm
But yeah, I guess a firm day to day. I'm just waking up, I'm stretching, going about my day for a little bit, and then I'm doing my first cardio session, which is light, usually just steps, incline treadmill, something like that. Maybe a little
Yeah.
sauna after, just get the heart rate up. Then I'm going to hit pads. I'm doing pretty intense pad sessions. and then chilling, doing what I got to do. And then when I train again at night, I'm doing a really intense cardio session, assault bike, sprint intervals, all that type of stuff, rowing machine.
Mm-hmm.
And up until last week, sparring after that, pretty
Yeah.
hard. Pretty much you're just throwing down like you would in the cage. And then just more stretching and more water. And that's pretty much the day-to-day right now. That's going to change drastically this week. Like I said, I'm in the water loading phase, so I can cut right now. My weight on the scale has been the same, even though my calories are so low. Once I get in that sauna about 3 days out and I cut the water, 15, 20 pounds down like that. Make weight, rehydrate, get in the cage.
There you go. It's funny how you said you would bite a brick. So I need to know what's going to be the first meal after this win. Because I'm counting on you to win here. I know you're believing in yourself, but what's going to be the first meal after after you go out there?
See, out of all the questions, that's the one that puts me on the spot. Man,
it's got to be something good. I know it's got to be something really good.
Oh, of course. Come on, you know where I live.
Yeah. I was gonna say L&B maybe.
That's not a bad. I'm not a big pizza guy. I'm not a big pizza guy.
You don't have to get the pizza. You can go chicken parm. You can do something. You need something with substance. You need a heavy meal after that.
Oh yeah, I think a nice tray, Villa Bade assorted, maybe some 7 layers, some cannolis.
Oh yeah.
Tails, something like that, lobster tails. But then for a meal, oh man, you know what? I'm a huge Chipotle guy. Huge Chipotle guy. Haven't been able now, mind you, Moe's is better than Chipotle. And there's a new chain called Guac Time, if you haven't heard of it, in Brooklyn.
I've never heard of it.
It's basically Chipotle 2.0.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. Go there, get like 2 burritos, and you're good for the day. I think it's gonna be something like that with some Villa Bade. Something like that, some cannolis, maybe some burritos. But it's going to be good, and it's going to be a few days. Oh yeah.
I was going to say we need some updates for the show, maybe some screenshots or like pictures of the meals and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
But even right, like obviously, how you said your calories are very, very low. What are you eating? Like, what did you eat today? Like, what was it?
Basically, I'm eating like a prisoner. I had my first bite of food was around 4 p.m. 2 cans of tuna with 4 unsalted rice cakes.
Okay, so yeah, you're down there right now.
I had an apple right before I hit the gym, and I'm just gonna have a cup of egg whites, 2 or 3 whole eggs, and some more rice cakes before bed. Just trying to keep the carbs in a moderate, so I can keep some water on, and then protein. I don't want to lose too much muscle, so I'm just gonna do tuna and eggs. Maybe I'll do salmon instead of eggs later, something like that. But very basic stuff, just a little bit of protein, a little bit of carbs. There's really not much you could do with 1,200.
Yeah, no, you can't. That'll add up quick if you if you go start eating some crazy stuff. All right, so are you excited, nervous? What's the word of this debut, man? Because I'm nervous for you and excited at the same time because but I can't do anything. I'm gonna be watching it. That's only something. It's only I can do whatever I can do, but. How do you feel? Give me one word and then maybe expand on it after. But like one word that is describing how you're feeling going into this.
Ready.
Why is that? You just feel like you're prepared for it.
Stay ready. Been staying ready since the day I got in the gym. Been years now. Been over 2 years now. Well over 2 years now. So been staying ready. I feel like this is something that I've wanted to do for a while now. Yeah. And I was always just kind of, I'm a big believer, like, if you want something, you got to go get it.
Oh, of course.
But with this, kind of I let it run its course. I let it kind of come naturally. And I always knew, like, at some point, this call is going to come, and I'm going to be ready. So, call came through. Promoter just wound up working out well with one of my buddies. And it just happened. And I just ready, excited. I'm itching to get in there, man. All respect to the opponent, but I'm itching to get in there. I'm itching to get my hands on him. I'm so excited. Like I couldn't think of a better way to put it.
And that led me to you're on the ball, man. Because I was gonna say the opponent. Like, do you know anything about him? Do you watch perhaps maybe videos and film on him so you learn techniques or anything like that? And has he fought before, or is this his first as well?
It's also his first. I wish he had some sort of video, some sort of training.
But there's none.
There.
No.
Guy's got nothing. The promoter, of course he sent me all the regulations, his height, his length, his southpaw, orthodox, all that type of stuff, weight, all that type. But as far as just like something like pad work or a sparring video, I got
Yeah.
nothing on this guy. And honestly, I think that's kind of better for me because
I was gonna say that.
yeah, I think it's a little bit better for me because at the end of the day, I don't really care what he looks like hitting a pad or what what he looks like in the video that he thought was perfect to post. So at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter to me either way. It'll be done in one. So I'm just ready, man.
Yeah. No, that's a great mentality because I know sometimes I could have asked that question to someone else and they could have given the other side of that of like you want to know exactly what he does, but you're just you're confident in what you've done, which is that if that's the perfect way to be. That's how I feel about that. I know you're agreeing with me. Like you feel more than ready, and like you just said, you
Oh
feel
yeah,
more than ready to go, and you don't care what's going to be in there. You're going to be ready, and you're going to trust what you've done. And is who's going
absolutely.
to be is anyone you want to before we do like time, location, all that stuff. Before we do that, anyone in particular like in your circle that you want to give like a shout out to? So do they get some love on here as well?
Man, all the homies from Glory, bro. Alan, Marcos, Kuru Youssef, everyone. If I were to name everyone, we wouldn't get off air until about 10 p.m. So, but they all know who they are. I mean, they're the guys. I couldn't appreciate them anymore. Since the day I walked in there, nothing but supportive, helpful, tips, everything, good work, good sparring. Bobby, Tion, you guys are legit. So everyone there, man, everyone there. Like I said, we'd be here for a while if I were to go down the line. But
Good. All right, that's good, man. And also, I forgot to ask you one question before we get
what's up?
to the main thing. So like obviously you're it's not until later in the day on April 18th, but are you getting there the night before? Are you getting there the day of? Like what's that and like all that about?
So my homie, Marcos, who I was able to get everything through,
Yeah.
he stays in Connecticut most of the year, about 10 minutes from the venue we're fighting at. So
Okay.
I'm going up there 3 days before. He's fighting on the card as well. He's my corner man. He's gonna corner me. He's gonna go back, change, come out and fight. So
Look
huge
at
shout out to him because
that.
that's gritty. That's gritty.
That is.
So I'm going up. I'm weighing in on Friday. So I'm
Yeah.
going up Wednesday. And Wednesday I'm cutting out water. I'm cutting out all sorts of carbs, basically all food. And we're just gonna be sitting in the sauna together, dropping 15 something pounds from Wednesday to Thursday to Friday. Friday, step on the scale, hit that magical number, and then slowly rehydrate, refeed, get back up. Hopefully, I could walk back in the cage at what I am right now. Hopefully, I can get in there, 172, 173, something like that. Weight is a huge factor in fights like this.
Hmm.
So, you got 5-10 pounds on a guy.
That's big.
Yeah, it's a huge difference. People don't realize that's a huge difference.
Yeah.
So, I'm hoping that it pays off doing all this weight cutting. And just refeed, rehydrate slowly but surely. And then Saturday night, just have a small meal early in the day. And then that's it. Just get it. I've always liked to do fasted training. And I have the philosophy of like, you practice how you play, right?
Yeah.
So for me, I feel good on an empty stomach. That's just kind of how I operate. So
Hmm.
I'm going to try to stick it as low as I could while still rehydrating properly.
Good. That's a good thing. Yeah, you got to make sure you're good to go, and obviously you know what to do. But the last thing we'll do here is give me the
Uh-huh.
time, the location, and how can we watch, or if someone wants to go, how they go about all
Absolutely.
that. Because obviously, I know it, but I want everyone else to know because
Absolutely.
now people that watch the show are going to be fans of you as well. So you've
Absolutely.
gained
Thank
some
you.
fans here. So
Thank you.
you've gained some people that are on your side. So yeah, time, location, how can you watch if you want to go? How do you go about all that
So
stuff?
venue is it's in Connecticut, out of state, Berlin, Connecticut. Combat headquarters is the promotion name. We're fighting at the Truck Bar in Berlin, Connecticut. I believe it's 155 Connecticut Road, something like that. It's be all over social media.
Yeah.
Pay-per-view link comes out the same week. So as soon as I get that link, I'll send it over to you, John.
Yeah, that's
To do
perfect.
as you please with it, and then tickets in person. Pay-per-view link probably around the same, something like that. But I'll send the link as soon as it comes out, and just stay tuned on social media. Everything will be up.
Mhm. And then, do you know what time you'll be out there?
So I'm last fight on the prelims. So
Okay.
prelim started 6 p.m. We got 3 before me, and then I'm the 4th. So probably I would imagine sometime around 7:15, give or take. You know, could be quick, could be a little bit before. So give or take, but somewhere around 7.
Put her in there. Yeah.
Yeah, around
Yeah.
there.
All right, so that's perfect. We'll definitely get that out, especially to the people on that watch the show, because this is a little. That's like I said, it's very different than what we normally do, but it's big that we're doing it. But I'm happy you're able to take some time out. I know you're very busy, so that's big that you're able to come on here.
Appreciate you having me on here, man. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, I know. I was like, we got to have you on here, and then regardless of what the result is, I believe in my heart that it's going to be a win. But regardless,
You already know.
we want to have you on after as well. Maybe like a post,
Yes,
Obviously,
Absolutely.
it won't be the same day, but that week after, have you
I'd be
on.
happy to.
We'll make this a regular thing, especially if you keep getting up there, which
Absolutely.
I think you can. Any last thoughts you got here before we wrap this one up?
No, but I do want your thought on something.
Okay.
I do want your thought on this. Dexter wants out of the Giants. Any insights?
I don't know what they're going to do with that, because I don't think Harbaugh deals with any of the nonsense. If we've seen anything that the Ravens have gone through there in their years, if guys don't want to be there, it seems like he kind of just like, all right, you want to be here, we'll get someone to replace you. But he's also means a lot to the Giants, like, to the other people.
Piece. Yeah.
To the other people. So it's kind of, that's a tough situation. I mean, listen, if a guy doesn't want to be in your team, he could be using it as, we've seen a ton of people request trades and then back out of it because
Lamar did request a trade when he was with Harbaugh in Baltimore. And
that's what I'm saying.
They
you
worked
never
that
know.
out. So hopefully we could do something like that.
Yeah, and I don't think it has anything to do with the new coaching staff. I think it's just like what in terms of his contract and stuff like that. So
right,
I think I think it'll get worked out. But if worst comes to worst, they have to get rid of him. They'll get a good pick for him, and I'm sure they can do something with it. So I think it's either way. Either way, I don't think it's going to be a bad thing.
Yeah, you think he's worth 2 first rounds?
Not two for I don't think 2 first round picks, just because of the position. Just because if it was a different position, I would say yeah. I just don't think those type of players are valued. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I can see a first and a second. I can see maybe like a first and a third, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, I think they can, and it probably won't be within the same draft. It'll probably be one this year.
Yeah, maybe compensation or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but good. I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, I talked about that yesterday a little bit, but I didn't get into it as much. Yeah, that's a good. It's
wild, man. I mean, he has the logo tattooed on him.
I know.
That's a tough one.
I know it is a tough one. It is a tough one, man. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
But we're looking good, though. We're looking good. I can't complain about our off season. I think we won the off season for real.
Yeah, one of the teams that definitely.
Absolutely, we were up there, man. We brought in a lot of good players, a lot of good coaching.
Yeah,
so
I think the coaching.
I'm sorry. I know you're still, you guys don't got much light at the end of the tunnel right now.
No, the only thing we have is hope of draft picks coming true, but we don't have the coach that can get them right. So I'm sure it's not going to go too well. But I'm glad we did this, man. Yeah, Absolutely. Of course, that's the Jets. It is the Jets. But besides that, any other final thoughts you got here before we wrap this one up? Nothing. Anything?
Thank you for having me.
Of course,
it'll be done in one. And thank you, everybody. Have a great night. John, it was a pleasure.
Of course. Yeah, thanks to you for coming on, and see you guys. Good luck to AC. It's AC.
Absolutely.
That's his name. Good luck to him, and see you guys. We'll do this again soon.
Tune in for the show, baby. April 18th.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Thank you, John.
Let's do it. See you.